So the whole premise of everything in trading is price. The word price action comes from this word price. Everything is price related, not strategy related, not technique related, and none of that stuff, right? As now you can understand that it's not what we do that makes money. It's why is it even moving? What's there? Who's doing all this? It's only when we understand that can we say, well, what do we do now? But if we just focus on what are we supposed to do and we don't understand what's happening, then all we will ever do is just do constantly, like just all kinds of technique strategies, because we're trying to blame ourselves of like hard work, ethics, this, that, but that has no relation to what is actually happening, right? So we need to understand that first, and then all that stuff can actually play a role of, hard work and focus and this and that. It can all play a role, but first thing is the understanding. So if price is a game, we'll go very simple and then we'll make it complex. Try not to jump ahead. I don't know how else to show this except this way. So I know the brain will try to jump ahead because that's what the brain does, right? So, okay, this is equilibrium, which means everybody is happy. It's not a range. It's not a sell from the top, buy from the bottom. Forget that word. It's happiness in the market. You want something, they got something. Good. There's a handshake and order has been fulfilled. When there's a shortage and you cannot get your orders, but you want it badly, if the store owner gets a sniff of that, he's going to raise the prices. How much he raised the prices sort of gives us the clue of how much people are waiting to buy this. So the further it flies and the more intensely it flies, it tells you the crowd must be huge or the quantity must be massive, which means anything that comes down will be bought. Doesn't matter how, it will be bought. Okay? Up until this point, everything is clear. Like that's going to be a buy, end of story.
Yep.
Okay? We need to approach it with that mindset. That's going to be a buy. No matter what, it's going to be a buy. It's too strong. Unfulfilled orders in this. People are not getting what they want. Unfulfilled order. Now, it gets to a price where it becomes, for these guys, unacceptable. Saying, you know what? Screw you, dude. I don't want this. So the store owner has no choice but to say, how about this price? Some respond. And we call that response. This price that was offered to them is unacceptable. That's why they're not buying like hotcakes. If they're buying like hotcakes, they'll fight again. And when they fight again, prices will fly. Because everyone's saying, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Store owner gets a sniff, raises the prices again. So nobody, even though we know there's a lot of people, nobody wants it. They're like, screw you, I don't want it. Price it. Then the store owner says, okay, obviously this price doesn't work. Let me give you a price lower than that. So if this is 10% discount, let's give him at least 11%, 12%, 13%, 14%, some response. At 14%, there was some response. How is the response though? Poor. It has nothing to do with anything in this portion. It has everything to do with they don't like this. So let's get them a price below that. This is an unacceptable price. A price below that comes in and then it goes boom. Oh, there's a little bit of a fight there. It comes back to a similar price where the discount was offered very heavily. When I say heavily, not like this. It was offered like that, which means no one bought. Literally nobody bought. That's why it's slamming down. This means store owners selling, someone's buying, selling, someone's buying, selling, someone's buying. That basically means, hey, price is starting to get accepted a bit in this vicinity. So without going into the detail of how and what is the design and everything, all we're talking about is at what price is it acceptable to these fellas? Because we know they want it. That's given. There's nothing that will change my mind about that. They want it. I see it. End of story. Now, where do they want it? Where? What is that price? Okay. What is that price that is acceptable to them? When a price is unacceptable and prices come lower, the idea of a slight lower low is basically they were given a better price. They were given a better price. If that thing responds, this thing can go all the way back up because that price got accepted. So it can go all the way up. That's the logic of slight lower, lower, slight higher, high. It means when that happens and it doesn't keep smashing down, that means someone likes that price and says, oh, we'll take it. Thank you. That's how a slight higher, high or slight lower, low is formed. It's just trying to fulfill that understanding of, well, will this price do finally? And then they're like, okay, we'll take this. We like this. Okay, so far so good?
Yeah.
So it's a game of price. It's a price game. Okay. Now, okay. What you're doing as a buyer, you're an agent. All you're doing is looking at it and saying, at what price do the buyers step back in and they like it? So how they step in determines how the discount was given and how they step in. If they step in like this, even if it's slight higher high, wouldn't you say, yeah, but then the discount is in this vicinity and they're obviously not buying it. They're not crazy about it. If they're not crazy about it, how can we be crazy about it? Maybe the store owner's also not crazy about it. It's like, give them more discount. This is not enough. And that's when prices can come right back down. And how it comes down tells you store owner knows there's not enough buyers. He keeps playing the game until he knows a buyer will step in. Now it does this. And then it does this. Now things have changed. Earlier, we were already seeing that it's not well accepted. And the price is starting to be well accepted. And the store owner is giving lesser and a lesser of a discount. And then suddenly it went off balance. Why the off balance? Unfulfilled order. Seriously, unfulfilled order. Again, are we back? We must be back. Unfulfilled orders. Let's see, whenever they step away and say, come on. Gotcha. Here we go. All we're doing is saying, one more time, come on, one last discount, come on, and I'll buy it. One last discount. So when that comes in, and when you get another POW in the same logic, just repeated in a smaller format, it's like, okay, I'll take it. And then prices start getting offset until it's ridiculous. And think of it this way. Now, that's the buyer, right? What about the store vendor? How's the vendor giving a discount? Overall, how is he giving the discount?
Yeah, he's slowly handing it out.
Why? Why is he giving it slowly?
he wants to see at what point they want to take it.
Yeah, because he knows it's the ball's in his court. He knows the ball's in his court. He knows there's demand. So why would anyone give them this price again? It doesn't make any sense. Just test the market, see what's the best price they're willing to pay. Once they're willing to pay a certain price, you know that if the demand comes back, we're coming at least to here. Because this is the prices when people said, I'm done, I'm fed up with this.
Yeah. Just one quick question in this so I can clarify. So the in these areas where we see the imbalance and the people coming back in, I can't there we go. I can do this now. So in this areas here, this is where we know that the big boys, the people actually want to buy from the store vendor, come back in and buy it, right?
Correct. So one small piece to that, is it that alone that gets you interested?
No, it's the whole thing. It's the whole
thing. Never forget what I'm trying to say about that. It's the whole thing. We cannot know if this is good if we don't know people are waiting in line here.
No, exactly. This might sound like a really stupid question. Then who is the store vendor? If is that the brokers? It's just at the market. Who is that person?
Does it matter?
Well, yes and no, but it would be just nice to.
It's a collection of people thinking in a certain way. Think of it like that.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make it easy and saying one store vendor, one big buyer, just to keep it simple.
Yeah. All right. Okay, that's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, this whole thing that's been doing this, if you are in this format, I'm just changing the left side. The demand is this way. Can I sell?
It's you'd want to fade him out.
Good. You can't sell because of that. They're clearly telling you they're buying. That's good for you. Let them buy, bring the price up.
Yep.
You don't need to step down and offer them a better price. You can clearly see they want your product like nothing, like they want it. Okay. So if this price, you didn't have to give much of a discount, prices will try to come higher. And then when they stop buying, you're like, this one? Whoa, okay, cool. This one? Is this okay for you guys? Like it's okay, but you know, I had to take a loan and everything. I'm not happy with this. People are not standing in line to buy your product anymore. Now you offload your entire stock. When you offload your entire stock, and Sanjeet has to offload his entire stock because he sees the same thing, there's a battle. Take mine at this expensive price, and you say, no, I'll give it to you at this price. Take my stock. The next, Tony says, take my stock, I'll give it to you this price. This makes this thing go down, down, and down. And then maybe some buyers come in, but there's so much stock left. That's how prices fall. So just like that, all we did was we changed this narrative to have this on the left. Suddenly that's fine. For now, it's a buy. Stand back.
So can I just go through that again? So we're saying that whoever the store owner is, right, he's bombed the prices down and he has unfulfilled orders, right?
Correct.
At some point down there, this is a price that is suitable to some buyers. And then whichever way one looks at it, he does a couple of swings up
Not a couple of swings up. At some point, the price was so happily accepted that it blasted up.
Yeah. Okay.
That's when you say, ooh, stand back. Maybe I can get a better rate. I don't need to offload all of this at this price anymore.
Yeah.
Stand back. I'm getting better rates now.
Yeah.
So the seller will stand back. He says, okay, let him come. We'll see.
Okay. And then the buyer continues to buy. They're still happy at these prices, these discounts that they're getting, and then higher. And then he's still happy to buy. And then when it comes to a price where he thinks it's unacceptable, and that's closer to where we have our unfulfilled orders, we just want to see them stop buying. Is it stop buying or us stop giving discounts?
This is one of the same.
Yeah.
You are stopping to give discounts because no one's buying.
Yeah.
Or because everybody's buying and you're stopping to give discounts.
Yeah. I'm trying to put that bit of logic into this piece here.
Okay, do it the opposite way.
Okay, for the buy side.
From the buy side.
Okay, so prices have come down.
I really want this.
Yeah.
The damn store owner is not giving it to me. I want to buy it here. I can't.
Yeah.
The store owner is not giving me the prices. Okay, I'm going to step up.
Yeah.
Damn it. Store owner is not just getting me what I want. I have to step up and have to take those expensive prices. It reaches a point where I say, you know what? Screw the damn store owner. He's gone out of his mind. I won't pay these prices.
Yeah.
Now the ball turns. And now the other side is like, okay, fine. This price? Lower and lower. So what they do is they offer you something better than where you bought before.
Yeah.
Better than what you bought before. So these become bounce areas of, we gave them a better price. How did it bounce? Did it bounce hard? They're taking it. They're still around. They like it. They said, thank you. If it bounces and it doesn't go up, it's like, they're not there anymore. They don't want it. They're done with this. So even if you're getting them a better price, yeah, some people might buy, but it's not going up. So you have to now step down and offload your stock at the next best squeeze price that you can get out of them.
Okay. Yeah. It's that also accepting the seller accepting the price and going, I just need to get rid of it.
But you know, this means there's a ton of vendors, a lot, not just one. There's a ton of vendors with so much stock, and they need to offload that. This store owner has fidget spinners, and they're like, we got 1 billion of them, and no one's buying them anymore.
Yeah.
How do we offload this damn fidget spinners? And then so lower the price, 10 cents. They love 10 cents, and they bought a lot. I'm like, 20 cents? They bought a lot. 40? They bought a lot. 60? They're not coming up some more. Okay, 40? You bought at 40 last time. 39? Not buying. 35? A little bit buying. Okay, 20? You have so much to offload that you're just now playing the game of, wait, where'd everybody go? And when you feel they're not buying anymore, you have to do everything in your power to offload at these prices as much as you can. Maximum stock you have to offload there because you can feel they're not going to buy anymore.
Okay.
So then it's in your interest to offload around these prices because you can feel prices are going to drop.
Okay, and how do we put that into context to unfulfilled orders? So when you get that sharp slam down, and the prices just escaped all those guys who wanted to sell up there,
Yeah.
say for example,
Mhm.
in the marketplace, let's just, like we said, bad news comes out for USD, and everyone sells, and they're all sat there going, "Shit, man, I need to, I need to sell
I need
dollar."
to sell, right?
Yeah.
So no one's willing to buy, and you're like, freaking hell, it was selling for $10 before. Now I can't sell.
Yeah.
Now it's reached $1. But once it reached $1, people started saying, I want it. Suddenly demand came in
Yeah.
at $1. You're sitting there like, maybe it'll come all the way up. I can probably sell again at $20. At $2, there's still demand at $3. There's still demand at $5. Uh-oh. 550, 570, 580. Crap, it went down to $4. I'm going to have to step down and start offloading at this price.
Yeah.
Because I was under the impression if I just wait, it'll reach up to here, and it's not. I have to now run after it and say, okay, just give me these prices, offload everything. I have 2,000 pieces. I need them all out right now.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't get filled, unfulfilled orders continue. The saga continues. I still have stock left that I need to get rid of. Crap, looks like I'm going to have to sell it for 75 cents, 80 cents, or whatever.
Yeah.
That saga, like the whole logic continues over and over again on loop.
Yeah.
So the whole premise is unknown. Anything you do in this is just a risk. Because even if it goes up and it looks like it's a breakout, maybe they just got, the sellers got a better deal, and they're like, oh, no one's ever offered me more than $10. It's now $11. I'll take it. They offload everything.
Yeah.
That's why a slight higher high can come in deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when it goes like this, suddenly that seller, even if it's big, seller's like seeing dollar signs in his eyeballs saying, let it come. Let me see how much they're willing to buy. Let it come.
Yeah.
Slight higher high, they offload, thinking that's the best we're going to get. Dump it.
Yeah.
So at this price, you didn't have to offload so much. You didn't have to. You can feel their demand is very high. So then you're like, you tell your staff, I don't care what happens, you don't sell to them anything at these prices. If they want, give them anything above here from our 10,000 pieces, 1,000 pieces, I'm going to allow to get sold here. I really think they're going to come up this high. As prices come up to here, you sold some of your stock, and your staff comes and tells you, boss, they're still buying it like hotcakes. Don't offer them anymore. Don't sell them anymore at these prices. Let's see if we can get even a better price. This is what drives the price higher. It's better than before, until it cannot.
Yeah.
And then they say, boss, no one's buying them anymore. In fact, even when we quote them this price, they're not buying it. That's when you have the epiphany of, I think the run is over. I have too much stock. Okay, dump it all. Dump everything. Give it to them. Whatever price they want, give it to them. They don't want this, give them this price. They don't want this, give them this price. Just get rid of it ASAP before it reaches down here.
Yep.
That's what causes the cascade, because God forbid Sanjeet enters the market as well, says, I need to dump my stock too. Now it's a battle. It's whoever can take the remaining few customers who are willing to pay these expensive prices.
Yeah.
I know in all of this, the brain keeps trying to pattern this whole thing. We will pattern it all. We will turn this into a design look, but the design is a reflection It's just a reflection of this, what is happening. It is only a mere reflection of it. So if we're rigid on the reflection, we will miss the real idea of what's actually happening behind the scenes.
Yep.
So now let's talk about that design pattern. When you see this, what's on your mind?
We got to buy it somehow
You got to buy it somehow. Why?
because it was in equilibrium. It's gone out of kilter, and there are people waiting to buy it at a price down there because they didn't get filled.
Is it going to buy, you think?
Some people might buy it, but not a lot. The way he's giving the discounts, he's giving it slowly.
Good.
He's not super keen at these prices to sell.
So if I put a gun to your head and I say, tell me, buy or sell, what's going to happen to this?
It's gonna, at the way it's looking, you'd still say sell.
No, it's not a sell. The seller, you just told me the seller is going slowly.
Yeah, he is.
That
But-
means it's going to be a buy. That's it. Even the seller knows.
Yeah. Sorry, in that sense. I thought you
Yeah.
meant as in, is it going to come down to, could it do another swing down kind of thing?
Yeah, because there's unfulfilled orders, and then you're seeing the response from the seller is just
Yeah.
tiptoeing in. You're like,
Yeah.
it's going to be a buy, guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's it. You just need to be stable on that mindset. I don't care. It's going to be a buy. I don't care. It's going to be a buy. We just gave them a better price. I knew it.
Exactly.
Never lose that faith. They're showing you they're in control.
So okay, so that brings me on to one of the other questions I had, is that when it almost does more than 100% retracement,
Yeah.
And it's gone all the way up, and we say, you know what, guy who started it, all of that sort of stuff. When do we actually have to let go of that notion? Do we have to actually see whether or not, I suppose I'm answering my own question here, is how those discounts are coming in, if they're coming in hard, solid, if that price is wanted. You just have to keep it in mind like that, right?
That's it. It's already here. You were in your mind, you were like, well, it's going to go back up.
Yeah.
What will another few legs do? You can clearly see, based on how the buyers have unfulfilled orders and the seller's tiptoeing his way down. We're like, do whatever you want, Mr. Seller. I know this is supposed to be bought.
Yeah.
It just goes out of whack when, even if it's slightly lower low, that's still okay. That's just maybe a better price than what was previously offered. But if it's like this, it's like, it's not like we have to say, oh my God, I missed the sell. You didn't miss the sell. No one caught the sell. Nobody in the market caught the sell.
Yeah.
It's not just you. Nobody caught it. Which means price will come back. They will test. They will come back.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's on your mind?
How do we buy it?
How do we buy it? Are you sure it's going to be a buy?
Yeah, we just don't know. We just have to see what price they want to do.
What's on your mind?
It's a buy still. Those prices, it's a desperate buy. They took it from there.
What's on your mind?
How do I buy it? Okay, it's still a buy, but that's just a slight higher high.
Good. So you're noticing the slowdown in the prices, but you're also noticing the intensity of the unfulfilled orders. How's the intensity happening gradually?
It's slowing down.
It's slowing down.
Yeah, channeling.
But it's still a buy.
Yeah.
Now you have this design element of, we have an uptrend line. You want to buy it?
Not really, because you can see it's fizzling out and that sell comes in hard.
Good.
They're starting to offload. They're offloaded.
That's it. All you need to know is not how it looks, but how does it feel to who's buying and what's and how are they giving the discounts. It's trickling down, hit the buy again. Trickling, hit the buy again. What's this? Why is it not going? Oh my goodness, just a slight higher high. Once this price was offered, man, they smashed down the discounts this time. Whoa. Okay, we offered them this price to buy. And man, what's this performance? I guess the buyers are no longer around. Once you get the whiff of that and you smell that and you can figure that out, now is when you do your technical analysis and saying, where is my position to stalk and hunt? Because now I know the turn is kicking in. Anything prior to this is, oh, I thought I was going to sell because this piece was super strong, but then the sell did work, but then I got killed. Well, you already know you're going to get killed earlier, much earlier. They've already told you you're going to get killed.
Yep.
So it didn't catch you by surprise. They told you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we've answered two questions: the slight higher high and well received.
Yeah.
Well received. Oh, sorry. Is unfulfilled orders.
Yep.
Sellers offers this price. Buyers are saying, I don't care. I don't want this. It's not well received. They will have to give them a better price than that. Okay. Not well received. Why? Because it's not becoming unfulfilled again. So not well received. Notice how the seller is coming down. Suddenly, the way the sellers came down and the way the buyers took that price that was the best price ever offered, they gobbled it up with everything they got. That's why price flew. Now you're like, I need to prepare because now I know. I need to get my hands on some of these things, whatever this thing is. This thing can look as green as possible, doesn't matter. That looks sharp still on the way down. Leg 3 on the way down looks even stronger. So it doesn't matter how green this is, that means nothing. Doesn't matter how perfect this level is, because of him means nothing. They're telling you they're still selling. So no amount of technical analysis will stop that logic.
So if they're selling, okay, again, this might be a dumb question. If they're selling hard, we've got to put that into context of they're selling relatively hard within a pullback, because we still want it to be slow, right?
Okay, so if this portion was hard, when you take a step back, is it not still in legs?
Yeah.
It's still in legs. It's just, I can't buy now. I know I have to buy because it's legs.
Yeah.
And compared to the up move, but I cannot buy now. That leg is too fast. That means they still want to fulfill more sell side. Okay, yeah. Better for us anyways. Come down.
Yeah.
How about now? We still have the same bias as when this started, we have the bias from that moment already. It's like, we're going to buy. Let's see what we're going to get. And we just sit on our hands and say, let's see what we're going to get. But when it comes down to here, we're like, we're not getting as smoothly as we were getting here. Looks like we're not going to be able to get these wonderful prices to buy, whatever that price might be.
Because the sellers are giving the discounts less and less and less, saying
Less and less.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But we're still waiting. And then once a new price is achieved, lower, and then it jumps up, we're like, oh crap, buyers are taking a stance at this price. I'm never going to get this price as I thought I was.
Yeah.
Fine. We're an agent. We're not controlling the prices anyways. We're going to have to step up and say, cool, I know you guys want to buy. Can I get something so I can tighten my risk? And off it goes.
When you say we're an agent, why are we an agent? Surely we're just hanging on to the coattails.
Do you want to hold CADs? Is that something you need to do in your house? You want to put CADs in your locker?
Yes, I do. No, I get it. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's just us getting on the coattails at the right time and getting off at the next stop, right? That's another way I can just look at it.
Yeah. You're basically buying CAD yen in this case, at this price, whatever that price is. And you're saying, I know everyone wants to buy it. Whether you sell it at this price or this price, you still made a profit.
Yeah.
Because you don't need the CADs. We don't really care what it is. Who cares?
Yeah, you just retake it and give it back to them at a later stage.
Yeah, later stage to those huge people who are saying, come on, I need to fill all my orders. And you're like, I have 10 of them. You want 10? Yeah, he'll take it.
Yep. Hey.
That's all we're doing. We're just an agent in between.
Yep.
Let's discuss this a bit. Boom. What's on your mind? What's your bias?
I'm gonna buy it.
Buy it. What's your bias?
It's a big discount, but I still want to buy it.
What's your bias?
Give me a sign so I can buy it.
What's your bias?
I still want to buy it. Those discounts those sales are
good. Don't ever lose track of that bias.
Yeah.
That bias is there for a reason, and it started from that reason. And the way it's coming down is not full speed. It's fast, but it's still divided into two legs. That means someone is testing the waters and saying, let's see what price I can get.
Yeah. Yeah.
So temporarily, what's the bias?
They're going to offload that. That price is still not well received for the buys.
Good. Which means this is coming. This price is coming.
Yeah.
The store owner will have to give a better price because our buddies are not buying at this price. We're going to get offered this price. This is our assumption that if this price was good, then what the hell is this?
Yeah. Why are they not taking it?
Why are they not taking it? It's that simple. Now, whatever way you want to put a pattern label on it, you can.
Yeah.
I just look at it as they're not taking it. So then comes down deeper, gets that price. Welcome back, buyers. I've been waiting.
Yeah.
Now, in this logic, right here, London's opening. You might have an idea of, all right, you know what? I'm going to counter trend sell this. Because this still is a ways to go for the buy. Perhaps they need this price because obviously they don't want it. In case they do this, there it goes. Here's a sell. Now the story has turned. All the sellers are guaranteed trapped. The buy is a POW. The sell has stopped giving the sells. Understood. No problem. We got stuck in the sell. No problem. Unfulfilled demand is back. Give me something. Give me something. Got it.
Yeah.
All we're doing is reading the story, not saying, yeah, but this guy was supposed to sell. Yeah, this. Yeah, I was with you. It was supposed to sell. What to do? It didn't.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You need to be flexible to understand that. We can't be strict in saying it was supposed to sell, it didn't. How do I know it's going to be a buy? Even I didn't know. Nobody knows.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now we know, well, it's a buy. Clearly, they wiped out the sellers and trapped their money. Okay. Now it's not just you. Everybody on the market is looking for that buy, which means if a buy price is accepted, that thing is not going to stop. Everyone's going to hit the buy. It will start flying because they will start battling, saying, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me.
Yeah.
And the imbalance will continue. Now, let me change it up a little bit. This happens. What's your bias?
It's still it's gone up. It's a new leg up. It's unfulfilled orders again. It's gone up.
Yeah. Okay. What's unique about this?
What's unique about it?
How's it different from the previous unfulfilled orders?
It made a slight higher high. It came down a little bit and went all the way up.
Yeah. How much up?
It's a new high. It's bigger. It's a second leg bigger.
Good. There you go. Second leg bigger. That puts you in ultra buy mode. It's telling you this demand is intensifying versus unfulfilled orders. Unfulfilled orders. Unfulfilled orders. You see the difference between the two?
Yeah.
You're not ultra buy bias. You're more like, come here, give me that price. You give it to me before. Come on down. But you know it's still a buy, even though it's like, oh, it's rolling over, I should sell it. Don't sell it. You can see the intensity of the buy. You're still buy biased.
Yeah. So you still want it to be good green candles. If it makes a slight high, you need to know that people are still buying it, but the prices that they want are going to have to be more negotiated.
There you go. Because the intensity of they're no longer putting in the bids anymore.
Yeah.
That means they literally are telling the vendor, I'm not going to buy up here. You must be out of your mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Store owners trying to offload here now, thinking, all right, well, come on, buy at least 500 pieces, at least 1,000 pieces. And then comes down again. And then we start the whole plan again. Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there and we're not judging it that it has to buy. We're just sitting there saying, if it has to buy, they'll show us, which means the POW will come and we're like, oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah.
In the logic of how it unfolded, we're watching that sensitive little area in the story.
Yeah.
So if this is a sensitive area that you know is going to buy and we go to a lower time frame, it'll look like this. And you're going to be like, this is the sensitive area here that I'm supposed to buy. Can you buy?
Not yet. You need
not yet. Good. That's the perfect word. Not yet. You already know it's a buy. You're sold on the buy already.
Yeah.
But the way it is on the smaller time frame, you're like, that's too hot.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like a buyer's ready to come in. Buy it now?
No.
No, that's telling you a sell's gonna come.
Yeah.
Now, your sensitive area has just shown to you they've trapped a seller in there.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
And here you don't notice anything.
Yeah.
It's just on the lower time frame, you see this price action do the exact same thing of how you would read discount coming in.
Yeah. Yeah, this ties in with the CADGen really nicely, because it popped up just above that price, but slightly, but it was just a better price for them to smash it back down.
Smash it back down instead of slow.
Yeah. They just took it, and that's when you said, "How's the price been received? Look at it, watch it," and it was just coming in red candle, red candle, red candle.
Correct.
Yeah.
So every time your eye should be like a magnet towards intensity.
Yeah.
The solid candles, whether it's green or red, every time it's big and a single color and it's one-sided, you're like, your eye should be a magnet to that, saying, I am going that way too, I guess.
Yeah.
Because that's unfulfilled orders.
Yeah.
And if there's multiple candles in that same direction, then even better.
Yeah. Yeah.
The market just died.
Can we just cover one thing, which is the is unfulfilled on both sides?
If it's unfulfilled on both sides, we don't know what to do. It's like that.
Yeah.
If you remember back in the day, we said if there's an A reversal, market goes sideways.
It's range, yeah.
Because both parties think, well, this is probably just a better price for me for a buy side. Seller thinks, if I can just get a better price up here, I'll sell it. So buyers try, then they sell it. But when they're selling it, this buyer thinks, oh, look how strong we went up. Buy it if I get a better price. This guy thinks, oh, look how strong it went down. It's on its way. Just get a better price, I'll sell it. And that's how you get a squeeze. And it's not because of this or this. It begins because of these. That's the source of where this nonsense happened.
And the outcome of it is usually in the direction of the main flow.
Yeah, like it opens the doors once we open this or open that. Open the price beyond that. Then it becomes a little bit more certain, like there's more logic back again in the market. The way it looks right now is basically a range market. Everyone's just happy, technically. It's just agents are mad confused. They're like, I have no idea what to do.
Nice.
Yeah, so these ones are hard. So when you get a sharp A reversal like that, it's like, oh man, I was buy biased because of that, but what the hell is this? I'm still buy biased. That's it. That's all he can do. I'm out, but I'm confused now. Stand by. Maybe when we break below this, the buy bias will be gone. Then we just need a test to that, and off we go. So what do A reversals normally do? You guys know the range. What happens after a range generally? If you guys remember the design rules.
Yeah, it will go up and probe and get smashed back down.
Okay. This is a range banding, means the action is back. That's why it happens. It's just the confusion starts because of these guys battling each other. And then we get confused and we're like, I don't know what to do. So it's a buyer's market for sure for us. But then when he slams down, not even a single leg inside, we're like, I want to buy this, but I don't know what this is. And then when we notice this is the best price we're getting and our buyer can't do anything, and then it smashes down, we're like, okay, I guess he's out. Now we know it's a sell. Well, let's hope this can come up struggling so we can sell that, and off we go.
But the original push up is just to create some more orders.
Yeah, it's to create some more. That push up could just be, normally it could, if this struggled on the way down, we would have bought it.
But I mean,
If it even did 2 legs, we could have still bought it, you know, if it split up into multiple legs.
I mean, just at the range expansion area, that this bit
Here?
yeah, that's the creating orders, right?
Yeah, this is creating orders because whenever the range is there, everything goes quiet. And when this pops up, then these guys might believe it's a buy, and it might be, but we can't really trust it until we get above here.
Yeah.
That's the thing, you know. And even when it gets above there, we hope it's not just probing the slight higher high to just get that price. So it's really messy. The sell side is much easier to believe because whatever that buy did with demand, it got wiped almost immediately with demand. That means that buy is artificial. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all about the intensity again, right?
Yeah, the intensity got wiped with intensity. It's like, so no intensity then? That's how we think. It was like, okay. So if there's unfulfilled orders and the market slams down, that doesn't make any sense, right? It's like, don't they want to buy it? It should fulfill them now. They should be happy. No one's buying it. Something's weird. So it's not so difficult, all this stuff. It's actually very systematic in this way. It's just, it all plugs into what you guys all already know.
And can we just quickly just talk through the stop hunts piece?
Stop hunts are basically those slight higher highs or slight lower lows.
Yeah.
So it's like this. What's your bias?
We're buying that.
Bias?
Looking for the signals to buy it. Okay, we need to get in.
Okay. So the thing about these ones is get in where? Who's trapped? Is these fellas, right?
Yeah.
The way that the idea was, it's supposed to be a sell actually, because that's very intense. When it runs away, it causes people to run after this.
Yeah.
Especially those who already know it's a buy and they were waiting for it, like, come on. And then it ran away. They're like, oh my God, buy. Yeah. All these agents are now buying. Everybody's buying because they know it's a buy and it's proving it's a buy.
Yeah.
But it didn't slow down. So everyone happens to chase it.
Yeah.
Once you get people chasing it, where's the stop losses for these people?
There.
And this is also a slight better price if you go just below that.
Yeah.
So what happens generally is sometimes they come down and they don't really respond here or here. They go to grab that and then they respond. Sorry, I forgot to let go of the mouse, but yeah. They don't respond on the upper level or the middle level. They actually try to probe the trap.
Yeah.
And that basically means, well, they're still interested. They just went to get a slight better price. And they got the better price and now off they go. But the way they come in, they'll tell you, no, that's the intention, is still buying.
Gotcha. Yeah, which is why sometimes I'm sat there holding and thinking it's slow, but because I've got too tight stop, it takes me and then goes.
Yeah, I like to always buy on this move. rather than this move.
Yeah, but that's not a slight higher high though, is it? That's just it's gone, but
But gone where? Did this move make a new high?
no, he didn't make a new high.
So we're thinking maybe prices will come down to get a better price.
Okay.
So because the intensity is good, they don't come all the way down, but they do come to get this price, and then off it goes again. And then
Yeah.
when we take a bird's eye look, like, oh yeah, it's actually well received, this price.
Yeah. What happens if it's like this, Navin? So he comes down and then he does that. Just
It's the
slight
same
high.
thing.
Yeah.
That's a sell.
That's yeah.
That's a sell.
You just got to see how the cell performs.
Yeah, that's a sell, but it's going to be a slow ranging sell. Because what does that mean? You got to, instead of a reversal, you got a V reversal.
Yeah.
So I thought this guy was very desperate. What is this?
Yeah.
So prices will come back down, and then the buyer will try it. Then the seller will try it. Then the buyer will try it. You really want to get this area, get this range to pop. Now you know that sellers have quit, buyers are here. This is called the range, close to the guy who started it.
Yeah. And just one other thing. So say he came down like that and this guy comes up
Yeah.
like that and does the slight higher high. They're still good because that's not got good intensity. They're going to try and hit it
For a
right?
sell. Yeah. Yeah. That's still
You-
sell bias.
So you don't look for stop hunts in that situation because it's still sell bias.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That helps.
Because the market hasn't turned yet.
Yeah, that helps. So that whole understanding of do we genuinely believe it's a buy or a sell stops me from looking for the stop hunts.
Yeah. I'll give you an example of this right now. Bias on this.
Strong red bar sell.
What's your bias as of right now?
Still sell.
Sell. He goes up slightly higher. What's your bias?
That to me looks like a POW though. That green looks like
But it's not a POW.
Yeah.
It would be a POW. Now it's a POW because
Okay.
now you've eliminated his even thoughts and hopes for a sell is still here. This is just
Okay.
a slight better price.
Because it does look intense, that green. I know it's the 15 seconds, but it does look intense the way the buy came up, if you know what I mean.
Correct. So it's intense, but intensity gets rejected fully. And
Yeah.
it's a slight higher high from the holding period.
Yeah.
So deep pullback is expected. But the whole logic of that is if the sell intention was very aggressive and the buy is walking up,
Yeah.
then even if you slightly make a higher high, it's not killed yet.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. That example where I see it like that I'm comfortable with that off the bat.
Yeah. So now let's go deeper into this. Okay, good. So it's still a sell, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How about now?
Well, the sell looks like it's coming down slow there.
That's okay, but can it go straight through?
Yeah, of course.
Why is that less likely?
Because there's a trap there. And the people sold at that spot.
Also, but the POW to the upside is intense. It's going to take a little bit to get through that area.
Okay.
It won't just smash down. It's going to look like these guys need to buy and the buy is not working. And then it smashes down. Like,
Yeah.
thank you very much. We now know it is a sell. What's up with the sells? Where's my lower low? Prices go up. What's the bias?
Still sell it.
Still sell it. Okay. You go slightly higher. What's my bias?
Sell it, but it doesn't. That price wasn't well received.
Slightly higher. What's my bias?
It's trying to sell off, but it's not made a new low, so that price is not well received.
Boom. Now it's a POW.
Yeah,
What you've done is because of him, you've allowed them to sell until they cannot. And
Yeah.
now you're like, they're done. They're done. they're out of this picture.
Yeah.
And now that they're out of this picture, you're like, I now know, please come back and pick me up.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, and this is the 15 seconds. Now it comes into, well, you got to do your top-down analysis. If you see this on a 1 minute, what's your bias on the 1 minute?
Sell it.
Sell it. It's come up in 2 legs. What's your bias on the 1 minute?
Still sell it.
Good. So if you're trying to do a buy off of here, just make sure on the higher time frame, you're not really sell biased. At least you're doubting the sell bias because of some possible slowdown at the end.
Yeah. And you'd want to also watch it on the 15 seconds to see how those discounts are coming in.
Correct. So at least you can be like, well, let me see if I can buy it low. Now, for you to sell it, because you're sell biased from here, are you going to sell now?
No, not yet, because those buyers are still coming in.
Good. So
strong.
even if it sells off, it's like, it's not going to go make a new low. There's a buy demand in here that you have to fulfill.
Yeah.
So then that might go up. And then if that goes up, like now you can sell, no problem. So as of right now, nothing. Tell me what's going on in your head. It looks like it's going through. It's killing the guy who started it. What's your bias?
Sell.
Good. Don't lose traction. Now, instead of thinking of this as a buy bias, you might be saying, yeah, I go with the trend. I'm sell bias. The buyer might come, but they're not going to come until here. I'm going to sell it. And you keep going with the trend, or the sell comes and you get trapped. Fine. Few minutes later, you'll have a buy. That's okay.
Yeah.
What's your bias if this starts to become a buy and you go up one more time frame to the 5 minutes? What does the 5 minute tell you?
5 minutes says it did make a lower low, but it's not intense. Those sellers
There
are giving discounts.
There you go. It will be in our best interest if we can get a buy going here. This thing, if it does do that, it's going to keep going. It won't stop because this whole thing is subdivided, slight lower low.
Yeah.
Now you're putting all the pieces together and saying, hey, it's just a game. I just have to wait and then hit it.
Yeah.
It's like a video game, right?
Yeah. No, this was really useful. Really useful.
And all of this is, what's your bias on the daily?
Sell it. Oh no, you can buy it from there. It's a
Yeah, this might be for a sell it, but for the immediate term, what we're looking at is, wow, that's an intense buyer.
Yeah.
Yes, it's an intense seller, but if we just get this, we're like, hey, that's my money for today. I'm done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this seller that was slight higher high was supposed to sell.
Yes, trapped.
It's trapped. So we're just basically saying, I wonder if around here it will bounce. So we're sensitive to that area. So we go down and we're like, let's wait and see. If it does pow, then we go in. Otherwise, no.
Yeah.
So I like this pow on the 1 minute. That looks fantastic now. But I still want the sellers to try. But notice how it's just getting higher and higher. It's like whoever is thinking sell and they got a little bit of a better price, aren't we starting to question, do they really not want this? They even got them a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher price. They still don't want it? Where'd they go? It'd be different if a candle sticks out here.
So what does that mean, Navin, when the sellers don't want to sell and the buyers are just taking? Are they looking for higher prices, or they just not interested in selling anymore? How does that work? What's going on in that element?
They probably stepped away. They probably stepped away thinking, whoa, if everyone's willing to buy it, there's no need to sell it anymore.
Yeah.
They probably just stepped away. And because they've been selling at dirty prices this whole time, they're like, oh, good, there's some buyers at least. Let's move away from here. We'll sell later when it's higher.
Yeah.
So at any given point, there's a seller looking at a better price to sell it, and there's a buyer looking at a better price to buy it.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
all. That's all. We're, as an agent, we're just looking for, is it here? Is it this spot?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
this makes a lot of sense, especially when there are some trades and you're like, I know he's in here somewhere.
Right.
A number of times you've said that, I know he's in here somewhere. There's someone in there, and I'm just looking at it going, I don't know what you're talking about. All right, we'll buy it if you're buying it. But yeah, to say, come on, where are you? You know, I get what you're trying to say. Is that spot is sensitive? You know, they're just looking for a better price somewhere.
Yes. And then when I see that follow through, sometimes it's like maybe they need a news, and that news will give you the power and like, there he is.
Yeah.
But you're already mentally prepared of what you need to see to trade. You know what you want to trade.
Yeah.
If that's clear, then it's super easy. Then you're just waiting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Looks like they're starting to accept the price. So slight higher high, red candles. Holding period. That's a slight higher high. Good. Come down deeper. I was going to say deeper to here. I forgot it's daily.
Yeah, it's daily chart.
Yeah, deeper to, well, who's the last seller? There's that guy there, and there's that fellow there. But this is better. We can get it deeper. It's nice.
Yeah,
this is a downtrend, so deeper is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks very good. That means what happened to these sellers up here on the 1 minute?
Gave it up.
That's a trap.
Yeah.
They got trapped. They were supposed to sell that. They didn't sell it. It went up. That means if we can, bloop, bloop, that can also be good.
Yep.
Pow is very healthy.
Can I ask you on something? This is coming from the daily, and you're trying to do a small move on lower time frame.
Yeah,
that I understand. Then in terms of you're trying to get the engine started on a very low time frame, like 1 minute 15 seconds, and then you want it to like cascade up.
Cascade up. Yeah. Now,
yeah. So
just so let's get multiple elements clear. So on the daily, unfulfilled orders.
Yes.
And then it has the question that you asked me, what if there's unfulfilled orders on the sell side too?
Yeah, then there's the range.
Then there's a range, right? That range means there's a green bar that needs to come.
Yeah.
So, and this is a trap area on the way up.
Yes.
So I'm looking at this red line as, I wonder if there's sensitivity here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe. So I'm interested in the approach to that area. If the 15 seconds says, let me bring it to 15 seconds, sorry. If the 15 seconds, which is very small time frame, I have a PAL right here. First of all, the 15 seconds is saying, I'm not ready yet.
Yeah.
I still want to sell this. But when you look at that same moment on the 1 minute, is that telling you buy?
No.
That means that PAL not good enough. You're not going to get that bounce off the area that you were talking about. Then now the 1 minute has PAL and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. Don't regret that we didn't get it on the 15 second. That's okay. But now when this 1 minute has PAL and then you're like, if I get ready to buy this, what about my 5 minutes? Will he have a problem with this? When we look to the 5 minutes, hey, cool, man. Super choppy. And then the PAL is coming in and every little resistance is killed, 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 killed. Someone's here. Someone big is here. Resistance, 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 resistance. They're all wiped out. One shot. A big player has just entered. So now this red line, notice how off we are from the red line. The red line, I just drew it, I pull it out of my butt, like it's thereabouts. We don't know exactly when. We're just sensitive to, I want to see him show up, but when he shows up, one side, it needs to be skewed. And the skew, when we were here, we didn't notice on the 1 minute. 1 minute still looked hot. But now that the 1 minute's dead too, hey, 5 minute is not so hot. We can get through this. Does that make sense?
Okay, good. Yeah. So now I'm thinking, when is the, yeah, this has to be that. Okay.
It'll be that. Now, whether you start the party here on the 1 minute and then New York does that later, yeah, that's a possibility.
But it's way too soon to be looking at this 4 entries at this time. Am I right?
Yeah, because although the 5 minute is super choppy, they did somehow manage to get down, right?
Yeah.
But now if you look at the 1 minute and the 5 minute is a downtrend and the 1 minute has come up, do you want to sell this?
Wait, well, then the next candle, hold on, I just drew it. This guy here, you could say he made a slight higher high, so that this candle is okay, he's still alive. But from when it comes above him, then no.
No, what I mean by is this: you're still in this territory on the 5 minutes.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Right. So they're really messy and nasty, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna go down to the 1 minute. I'm gonna show you the pullback approach to it. This is that 5 minutes coming down. You know it's a sell bias because we made a slight lower low. So like, okay, maybe it's still selling. I don't know. Okay, when it comes up, do you want to sell that? Unfulfilled orders. Do you want to sell to that?
You sell bias, so you should sell, yeah.
But
it's
not now. You're not supposed to sell now. It's standby because whatever gets sold will be bought.
Oh yeah, okay.
So it's like, okay, let's go. Do you want to sell now?
No.
That's leg 2. It still has unfulfilled orders, but you're getting happy. You're like, at least leg 2 is smaller. But it has unfulfilled orders. Not yet, standby. Do you want to sell now?
No, it's getting more aggressive. Yeah.
And now look at it, how it looks on the 5 minutes. And now compare the left side to the right side.
Yeah.
Like they weren't selling properly anyways.
Yes.
They barely made a lower low, and this range just widened.
Yeah.
Party's on. So now you're like, okay, I'm listening. Welcome back, buyers.
Okay, so start to abandon the sells now.
There you go. Yeah, sales are getting abandoned, and now for buyers, we're like, cool. I know it's going up. I'm getting super FOMO. That's okay. I need a better price, just like everybody else does. I also need a better price to get in, especially now that we know it's a buy.
So once this pow's happened, so we look at it from the 5, we could just look at it from the 1 and wait for the pow. We can wait for it to pull back nicely and get a small pow and get refinement on that buy again.
Yeah. So where do you think the pullback might come to?
That 98.92 price would be good.
Yeah. So if this stops here, that's a slight higher high.
Yeah, we want a deeper pullback then. So yeah, back into
somewhere in there. And
yeah.
over here, again, we'll be listening on the 1 minute and the 15 seconds. Anything that struggles and pows, we're like, game on, baby. Let's go.
But would we not also be looking for the stop loss hunt as well on this one, possibly? or people that got in early. Maybe that 98.
The stop loss hunt generally happens if this is sharp.
Oh yeah.
If this is sharp and it goes up, it'll confuse people.
I get you. Oh yeah, we talked about it just earlier. Yeah.
That's when you'll generally get stop loss hunt. Not always does it probe the trap.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just comes near the trap. Like this whole buy right now is at a trap.
Yeah.
On the daily.
Yeah. I understand.
The 1 minute, that last leg that went up very hard. We're still buy biased, but the seller is coming in a little bit too hot. But if it subdivides even one time, we're still buy biased, right?
Yeah.
And then once it rolls over and becomes a seller and starts coming down, then we're like, we just noticed how strong the buyer was. Let's see what the seller's got. If they got nothing, that is your higher low coming in. Which means, gotcha. That's your first higher low that gets put in.
Yeah, slowing down quite nicely as well now, doesn't it?
Well, it will have to kill the buyer anyways to come down.
Yeah. What I'm saying is the intensity, even if it's coming down, is slow.
Yeah. So look at this buyer. Look at this. This is the buyer where we tried, right? From these areas. Ali tried, I tried. Then look at this buyer. Look at this buyer. A little bit intense. And then look at this buyer. So even the pals, you will start getting used to, like, I like that one or I don't like that one. You start getting better at recognizing of what is the quality that you like.
Yeah.
And a lot of it has to do with, is the higher time frame agreeing with it too? Or are they still sell biased? Then I'm dead.
Yes. I'm gonna rewatch this whole thing again. Even though I get it. Not that I don't get it, I just want to rewatch it a few times.
Did you just say even I get it, as if like you'd never get anything?
No. I wanted to say that I get it. Even though I get it, I want to just rewatch it just to pick up anything that I might have missed.
Oh, okay.